Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going back to Crescent today, and I know that we've visited this a lot, but I'm gonna go back and visit this again because some interesting stuff is happening right now. Not particularly with the decks. All right, I still, unless something marvelous happens over there, man, that thing is going to continue just to bleed. They have heavily incentivized uh, a lot of pools with not a lot of TVL in it. So it kind of comes down to percentage. They're still pouring out an awful lot of tokens over there, building for the future, maybe, but they're hurting a little bit. And the token itself is not really in a happy place, but who knows? You know, what's the saying now? Warming up is getting ready for the bull run, whatever you want to do. But with a couple of the tokens over there are just absolutely marvelous if you do it right. I'm just going to kind of leave it there if you do it right. So the ones that actually have me interested right now, there is tons of action going around on Injective. I mean, Injective has just been a madman, an absolute madman. I should have had this up, guys. I'm sorry. Has just been running crazy, and it's that's what you want to see right there. 6.5% down. What are you talking about, Scott? Well, let's just expand it for 30 days. Injective has just been going just absolute batshit. Now it is for the most part. Nothing really fundamentally changed about that. Nothing that I saw. Nothing that should be giving it this kind of market action. To double this thing up in 30 days. You know what? Here you go. I'm going to give them a good because damn. Who's the 15%? I got to ask here, man. Who's the 15% right there that said, no, this isn't good. You suck. It doubled up in 30 days, man. All right. Lighten up or tell me where the bar is for you. Anyway, what is the problem with that is going to be the entry point now. So people that still are interested in this, how do I actually get into this without taking a complete bath? And that's where something like Crescent comes in. Now, this is, please ignore the volume here, man. This is the baby YouTube. This is not my big wallet. This is my YouTube wallet. This is the one that could get fleeced, and I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. How can you do this? How can you actually make this here without personally eating all of these big, massive spikes and dips and all that stuff when you want to get into a token that's in kind of a FOMO state? This is how I do it. So entry prices on me, for me, I'm not as concerned as long as I like the token, but it depends on how you get into it. Now, this right here is simply APR money. All right, that's that ticking away, and that's simply APR money. Now, where is a good place to start on this one? Over here, if you really just want to get chewing away, probably Atom USDC. That would be the place that I would start. You know, Atom, you want to pair. I like to pair with stable tokens. 38.3% is pretty damn heroic. Problem is that it's paid out purely in Crescent. So you need to be Johnny on the spot here and liquidate that stuff. If you need to not really hold on to that one, in my opinion. Whatever they're going to do, they did. And the whole space is getting really, really diluted anymore. So it's going to be harder and harder for DEXs built around a DEX token to really thrive. But they are nice enough over here to offer you an awful lot of pools that are not really precisely Crescent based. So even though you see a lot of these BCREs over here, BCRE, you see a lot of it. Almost everything is tied into it, but not everything. And that's kind of where I see the money shot on this particular one. So we're just going to go ahead and do it live on video. And the pool that I'm looking at right now is actually Liquid Atom and Atom. I think that that's a really, really strong pool with an awful lot of potential behind it, particularly when you consider the APR. So we're just going to go ahead and get in. So I harvested whatever I had there. Doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and stake it up, and so that we can turn the CRE into B CRE because everything on here is going to be staked with B CRE. So just go ahead and stake it up. You get the B CRE out. You can turn it around, take the B CRE, put that to work. I want to see if I have anything else in here that I can go ahead and, you know what? Here you go, guys. It's a Crescent. It's a Crescent video. Talking all about how to step-by-step Crescent video. What else do I got in here? We got some BLD that is absolutely tanking today, down 10%. That's nice. That's what you want to see. That is down 10%. Yay! But give me just 1 second here. As soon as this, there we go. We are fulfilled. Do I got anything else I can bust out? There, a little bit of gravity bridge because I don't care. And I'm just trying to turn all of this into CRE as much as I can so that we can carry on and get into what I think is a fairly strong pool over here. So now that we've wrecked it all, we're going to swap everything here for Atom because the slippage is pretty much minimal. So $19.53. And, oh, look, we actually finish up a penny. It said weighted pools, man. They can be, they are an enigma. They're not. I just don't want to get into it. So once we have our, swap all of our B CRE, so we liquidated the Crescent, we turned it into B CRE, and we just liquidated the B CRE, and we're good to go. So now we're going to come over here to earn, and this is the pool that I am looking at right now. That's this pool number 57 at 94.4%. Nice and easy because we do have our Atom. So all I have to do is come over here and hit that maximize deposit. But you can see that this is, in fact, a weighted pool. So most of this is going to end up over here in stake Atom and not Atom. But I'll risk it because it's a very, very even pairing. So I'm kind of okay with it. And the big reason that I'm completely okay with this is because this is not my money, not at all. This is Crescent money. So why not take advantage of an APR that high? So after we maximize it, we make the swap, we hit approve, and we're going to send it on its way. And then we're going to go ahead and farm it, and we're going to farm it at 90+% because I just absolutely love to do that. It didn't all make it in there. And it does that sometimes when you're doing maximize. You know, we're $1. Yeah, hell with it, man. I'm going to do it again in case anybody didn't see it. We're about 2% short. So, I'm sorry, about $2 short. So let's get those $2 in there too. Now, the problem that you're going to run into if you're going heavy in something like this is how do you liquidate that stake Atom without eating big slippage? Well, a lot of that is going to come down to how big this particular pool is, or if there is another place that you can liquidate it. That's kind of the rub here. Let's take a look. I haven't even looked on this one, but let's see if there is a big pool. Yeah. So you could literally pull it out, move it over here at 1.13 or $1.1 million worth of liquidity, and your slippage is going to be effectively nothing. So that is, it's another way out. So there you go. We got it up, deposited the pool. We're going to go ahead and farm the whole thing. And I understand it's $20. It's not a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot. And it really isn't. But it adds up. And if you're doing that every single day, you're turning an APR into an APY. You're taking what is effectively a stable pool, a relatively stable pool, in my opinion. That's Atom USDC, turning it into CRE, turning it into B CRE, turning it back into Atom, and then jumping into a pool just like this that you are going to harvest at 94.4%. Again, the other side of it is that your daily you're paid out in Crescent. That's kind of the downside of this one is that you are paid out in Crescent. So you kind of need to be Johnny on the spot on this one. I like what they're doing over here. I like Crescent. I think it's a really, really nice DEX. I think it is super user-friendly. It's kind of hard to mess this one up. However, it is also being very, very fast and loose with its own tokenomics. So, you know what? Caveat emptor, you do you. But it's another way for you to take advantage of some of these runaway tokens if the pool is offered over here. You can stake Injective right now. This runaway, oh my goodness, look at Injective. You can buy this for effectively no money out of your pocket. If you use your APRs, you can jump into a pool right here. And if it's not your money when you're buying it, then the entry price is not as important. And you can farm this thing at 103%. Again, keeping in mind, keeping in mind, warning, look, here you go, buzzer. Keeping in mind that this is a very unstable token, not Injective, even though I think Injective's coming down. It's a very unstable token, meaning Crescent, and it's due to the way that they did it. If they can find another 10,000 people to come over here and use their DEX, it's going to shore it up. But if they cannot find those 10,000 people, man, I just don't see how this thing doesn't just continue to bleed to zero. And why don't we take one quick look? Because, again, I like to put out all the information if I can. So let's see if I'm kind of in the ballpark here. Let's look at it over the last 90 days. That's not good. See, this is what I'm talking about with the token that's bleeding off. So if you're going to get into this, you get into it short. If you are going to stay in this, then you're going to have to pair up with tokens that may pay you in Crescent because you're liquidating them every day, so it doesn't matter. But you're going to have to use a hell of a lot of discipline not to jump into the Crescent pools themselves. That's what you're going to be looking at right there. That's your everyday. So take it with a grain of salt. This is just the way I see it. Anyway, guys, that's all I got on this one. Questions or comments, Scott@ThePodocasts.com. I answer any and all. And until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.